Hey, Mr. DJ.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Lee, with Hey Mr. DJ, and I'm coming to you from Biz Bash Live 2018. We're here at California Market Center, which is an amazing venue downtown Los Angeles, and we have a cool little corner of the room set up for the day. We're gonna have some live performances and some guest speakers, and I'm gonna be spinning some tunes, and then later I am honored to be speaking on a panel closing out the day, talking about how to avoid burnout. Hey guys, so since we're at Biz Bash today, it's a great opportunity to talk about today's topic, which is the difference between a corporate DJ and a wedding DJ. Now obviously there's some attributes and skill sets that any experienced professional mobile DJ should have that apply to both. But there are some nuances and some differences in the tone and vibe between a wedding and a corporate event. And so it's important to know what those are and be able to ask the right questions so you can decipher the differences and narrow in on the perfect DJ who has the right personality, skill set, and style to make your event amazing. And we're going to look at a few of those similarities and differences now. So guys, one of the first similarities between wedding and corporate DJ is appearance and first impression. Of course, for any type of event, a professional experienced DJ is going to have a really polished look. And that's everything down from the way they dress, to the way they speak, to how they carry themselves. But not only that, a lot of times clients don't think about asking, what does your booth setup look like? What's your gear look like? So having a really polished look, clean gear, nice scrim covers over the speakers, or maybe a nice facade covering the DJ booth, some lighting to enhance the space. So when guests walk into a room, the two things that strike them immediately is what they hear and what they see. Their primary senses take over. And so oftentimes with a wedding or a corporate event, the DJ might be on a stage or centered in the room. And so naturally, people hear music and they're going to search for the source of that music. And they're going to start making judgments and assessments based on the presentation of the DJ. What kind of event can we expect? Does this guy look cool? Does he look on top of things? Is he professional? Does he look organized? Or is he frumpy and disheveled and disorganized and still plugging in cables and running tape and things like that? So appearance and first impression, not only just the visually, but the level of the energy. Some DJs, to be honest, kind of phone it in during a guest arrival and just throw on a mix or maybe just play mellow tracks while people are coming in. If that's by design, totally fine if you want a more vibey, jazzy, welcoming vibe. But oftentimes you want to start with a bang and you want people coming in really getting excited, and you're sending signals about what type of event they can expect. So from the very first song, you want to be programming your set and making sure that the tracks are building excitement and creating that good first impression. Okay guys, another similarity between a wedding DJ and a corporate DJ, a skill set, is the ability to read, understand, and execute a timeline and work efficiently with an event planner or wedding coordinator. Most events have some type of timeline, which would be a timeline for wedding or maybe a run of show for corporate event, and a coordinator that's overseeing and giving cues to everybody in the vendor chain. It's important that the DJ is able to work hand in hand with the coordinator, take direction, but also give some creative input, because typically there's two aspects of an event. You have logistics and you have flow, and the coordinators are typically overseeing logistics, and the DJ's responsibility is to make sure that that balances and that everything is executed in a way that has the best flow possible. Sometimes if it's a lower budget event, the client is trying to put it together themselves, and the DJ needs to be able to help walk a client through building a logistically sound timeline that ensures great flow. And so as a DJ, I'm always thinking about about, we have to hit all these bullet points, but I also need to get in dance sets. And we want to stack things so that we're allowing that to feel like it's happening as organically and naturally as possible. So we're not constantly forcing people on and off a dance floor, starting and stopping things. So being able to work with a timeline, help create a timeline, execute a timeline, and work effectively with coordinators is really important. Without ego, I might mention, there's nothing worse than if your DJ and your coordinator get into a power struggle because the DJ's being a diva or has an ego. So it's important to be able to speak up when you think you have something that can contribute or adjust. And really good coordinators trust their DJs. They understand that DJs have a really good eye for flow and energy, and they might have some suggestions that it's going to enhance the day. So another common skill set that's necessary for weddings and corporate events, sometimes more one than the other though, is microphone skills and MC ability. This is going to be critical for weddings for sure. Sometimes corporate events, not so much. All depends on the tone and type of event. But in any situation, a DJ should have a minimal level of comfortability in terms of being able to grab a mic, guide guests, educate them as to what's going on, direct people, possibly if the clients are seeking more interaction, be a little bit more entertaining. In a wedding, typically, the DJ is also the MC, which means master of ceremonies, which is almost like a second planner. You're there to kind of be the face of the event and representing the couple, and you're guiding everyone through the day. Some wedding clients like a lot of interaction and a lot of personality. A lot of clients out here where I am in Los Angeles want what they call a less cheesy vibe, and so they want someone that can still efficiently guide everyone along, but do it in a little bit more of a laid-back, professional manner. With corporate events, unless there's a big production and you're doing VOG, which means voice of God, and you're doing announcements, either walk-ups to stage, announcing raffles or awards, if that's the case, then you really need to be on point in your MC skills, and sometimes you're trying to hype up a crowd of 500 people. But a lot of times with corporate events, it's a background vibe, or it's a mixer, or it's networking. In both situations, for wedding and corporate events with microphone skills, it's really important that the DJ comes from a place of no ego and has good discipline and room reading skills. I mentioned this earlier, but it's all about room awareness all the time. So part of microphone handling is knowing when to read a room and jump in and interject something that's either logistically important or maybe bumps up the energy in the room. But equally important is to know if the room is good and the energy feels great, have the discipline to just step back and not have to keep interjecting things, because it can quickly become abrasive, obnoxious, or possibly cheesy. An inexperienced DJ might feel so much pressure to generate energy that they keep talking and they alienate the crowd, and they can actually kill a party. Hey guys, another really important thing that's applicable to any type of DJ, wedding, bar mitzvah, birthday, corporate, is making sure your DJs have backup equipment. A professional mobile DJ always brings backup equipment for any key piece of gear that could fail and cease the performance. That would be speakers, mixers, laptops, power cords, microphones, cables, all those things. And it's important to ask, because you'd be surprised at how many DJs kind of roll out with one system and a wing and a prayer. There's a couple reasons for that. Some DJs just don't know any better. Some DJs are newer and it's just too expensive, because you really have to buy a double of every piece of gear, and that really gets costly. And sometimes it's ego. Sometimes DJs are overly confident in their equipment and they've never had a problem and they just don't imagine they will. But of course, all gear is electronic and inevitably can fail. So backup equipment is a must for every event.